What's up, guys? So we'll be covering the trade I took on CL today, a little bit of the logic, and yeah, so here we are on the daily chart. So whenever you open up the week, you're gonna ask yourself, what the previous week did, what are we opening near, etc. Right? So as you see, the previous week we created these opposing candles, right? So currently in a bearish range where we took out all these lows to the left and stuff. So on the week opens higher first, I'm automatically going to assume continuation, right? Because it's opening it up into a key level. When you think about a bearish candle, any candle in the market, when it opens high first, especially when it doesn't create a wick, right? That is a great confirmation, right? Because we open up high, put the high of the weekend from a key level. In this case, this fair value gap and whatnot. Right then that supports a bearish candle, right? So when we go to lower time frame, all we need to concern ourselves with is aligning expansion candles into this objective. So if we see here, daily candle is aligned, obviously, right, this small opposing wick. So let's drop down to the 4-hour. Let me show you real quick. All right, so I traded within this 6 a.m. candle. All right, when I look at the daily open, how does a bearish candle form, right, on all time frames? Ideally, this candle opens high first. That's what it does, right? Opens high, then we are expanding away with speed, right? So what does this PA look like in general here, right? It just looks like retracement, bunch of failure swings, right? No fair value gaps, no displacement higher. So, this is simply expansion, retracement, expansion. We have the daily candle being an expansion candle, already supporting that phase of price, right? So when I open up the charts here, the daily candle is already aligned, right? So the 4-hour candle is aligned bearish, right? When I go to the hourly time frame, we've already switched bearish, right? And you can really see it here. Like, it looks like an MMXM, right? Original consolidation, blah, 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 whatever. But when I open up charts around like 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock, we are like way down here in price where we're already leaving away from the daily open. So I'm going to expect speed into this draw. Now, this is important to note. At this time, we had an SMD here, right? But this is absolutely irrelevant because, the stronger asset being CL, what does it do in the distribution phase, right? We're putting in a lower high, right, which is showing weakness. So that is just some thing to note here. When I look at the new week opening gap, or sorry, not the new week opening gap, sorry. I was thinking, yeah, never mind. That's not aligned. This is not really relevant, to be honest. But right, my first target was this low here. And now if you see this wick here, right, if we're going to continue lower, it's going to be from this fair value gap, right? With this SMT, like, I don't expect, so as you guys know, I like to trade, 4-hour candles and stuff. So with this opening price, I'm not expecting price to open high, before we take out this low. I'm really expecting price to just open up within this, within this reversal here and just rip, right? So I can position myself earlier on before this open, right? And oh my god, I can't talk. In anticipation of this lower time from reversal, occurring, which we have, right? And then just selling off, right? So if you drop down to like the 5-minute, you're gonna see that, or it was like the 3-minute. Right, so you see how late I'm entering within this hourly candle. I'm entering around here, so like the last 10 minutes of the candle. And no, I don't care about macros or anything like that. But I'm not expecting, the last 10 minutes to reverse this candle. It doesn't make sense. When you think about a bearish candle as well, right? This candle opens high first without a wick down here, right? And then, I'm not expecting it to expand in this candle, but I can expect this 10 a.m. open to open and then create its wick within this range, like within the open price and this reversal, this lower time reversal here. So I'm just positioning myself prior to the open and going to let the open kind of work for me, right? But yeah, this is my trade here. Right, just getting in before a little bit more, not something I necessarily teach, just because I don't want people to be trading reversal candles here and there. It's very situational, right? You see all the things leading up to this, right? That's the reason why I can, I feel confident doing that, right? So this is my first TP over here. And then when I look left, there's not much I can target. Like, we got a daily chart. Like, I don't know what else to target here, so I just pull out a standard deviation and target -4. right? So look here. I mean, I'm not really expecting price to get like down to these lows or these lows today. So the only logical thing for me to do is just pull out a standard deviation, you know, on the 3-month chart. Whoops. Right, and I just target -4, and it goes lower, but that's fine. I don't care. But yeah, that was my trade on CL today.